The inauguration of the LRT Line 2 East Extension project being led by President Duterte. That project comprises two new stations, Marikina Pasig and Antipolo. The Transportation Department says it will reduce travel time from Recto in Manila to Masinag in Antipolo from 3 hours via bus or jeepney to just 30 to 40 minutes. The Transportation Agency notes the project has been part of the master plan for Metro Manila since 1999, full blast construction of which started in 2017. President Duterte is addressing the media. Let's listen in.
Whereas a World Bank, and kung may obligasyon tayo, all they have to do, yung mga creditors can go to non-bank, to the World Bank and claim their dues. Wala hong hinawak ang pera. So, maghanap pa si Pacquiao ng iba. Siya yung may sabi may corruption. So, it is his burden to identify the office and failing to do it, failing to prove his case na may corruption, mahirap talaga itong, you know, when you are a champion in boxing, it doesn't mean to say that you are a champion in politics. So he's blubbering his mouth, tapos na. I am waiting for resort for the next department that he would choose to investigate. Pero imbestigahan niya ito, ha. Upuan niya ito. Upuan niya ito, mag-imbestiga siya, huwag siyang padaloy-daloy. At kung meron man siya ibang kompromiso, yata you know, he has a scheduled fight. But suddenly, nag-back out. Probably he knows that he is too old for that. And failing in his boxing career, kung matalo siya, he's a gunner actually.
Sir,
Kailangan manalo siya, pag tatalo siya.
Sir, does it mean na Senator Manny Pacquiao is totally out of the picture when it comes to the presidential and vice presidential bet of PDP Laban? Does it mean that you will not support him in any way?
Well, actually, si Inday wala pa. We were holding, nirindahan namin yung kabayo namin. Because we had, nandyan si Pimentel, siya, and others. But suddenly, he could not maybe wait for the announcement that PDP will go for him. Ayun, nagwala. Nagsabi, corruption dito, corruption doon. He has been with government for so long a time as a senator. My question to Pacquiao is, bakit ngayon ka lang nagsalita? At bakit umatras ka doon sa boxing? Kasi alam mo, kung matalo ka, you are a gunner. Wala ka talaga.
Sir,
Those are your inconsistencies in your career. Naghintay kami kung sino pa, pero I expect him to sit in Congress, do not go anywhere, finish and find out the corruption that you are talking about. Kung mag-report ka lang isang buwan, then I would say that you are a shit. A shit is a shit. Magtrabaho ka, hiningi mo yan, nandyan yung mga papel, start investigating, do not go elsewhere. Comply first with your duty as a senator. Tapusin mo yan, nandyan yung mga papeles. Huwag kang pa-absent.
okay. Salamat po, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. I'm Joyce Balancho from ABS-CBN. Just like to ask, sir, what's the final decision? Do you have a final decision whether or not you will run for Vice President? Because some are saying medyo confusing daw po yung recent remarks ninyo on
You are
alok
from
sa inyo.
ABS-CBN?
Yes, sir.
So ABS-CBN is expecting me to lose because they will campaign against me.
No, sir.
But what? Hindi
So
ko
I'm
na-
just following up a story regarding a possible vice presidency that you might seek, since you've mentioned some of your sentiments in your previous public speeches.
Pang ano lang yun sa political leverage. Ano to, you would know what is a lame duck. Kaya ikaw, hindi ka talaga papayag na maging shit ka rin. So nandito ka, you try to posturing yan political posturing so that they would not treat you badly. Kasi paalis na ako Ngayon, kung natakbo ako ng Vice President, manalo ako, kung hindi ko ka-aliado yung Presidente, all I have to do is to join the military and the police in the fight against crime, drugs, especially criminality, and all. And also maybe go around the ASEAN countries for a more cohesive relation between them. Kasi wala na ako
Sir, you are down to your last year as president. Where do you plan to focus on?
Again, I'm down to the last...
Your last year as president, where
Yeah.
do you plan to focus on?
What?
Saan niyo po balak, sir, na mag-focus po in your last year as president?
Po.
Apa.
Yun, nasabi ko sa iyo. Maybe at this time you can say that maybe para to maintain the equilibrium sa lahat, consider me a candidate for the vice presidency at this time. Pero sabi ko naman, space, kasi si Romualdez, kasi I promised him, ganito ang nangyari niyan, ulitin ko. Noong bagong eleksyon, pagkatapos, nagpunta si Lord Velasco, si Speaker, pati si Paano, nag-ano sila kung sino talaga. Pumasok itong latecomer na si Romualdez. Sinabi ko kay Romualdez, wag ka, I pulled him aside in one corner and I whispered to him, wag mo na lang guluhin because if you run for vice president, I will support you. So if Romualdez would hang on to that commitment, sabi ko nga, if there is space lang, kung wala,
Apo, last na lang po for me, Mr. President.
That was President Duterte, the inauguration of the LRT Line 2 East Extension project. But when we got to listen in, he was talking about Senator Manny Pacquiao. He says it's Pacquiao's burden to identify corrupt officers. This is after, of course, Senator Pacquiao accused some of the agencies under this administration to be corrupt. The president also talking about the vice presidency. We'll give you more details on that in our succeeding newscast later on. Meanwhile,